We are live.
Yay.
Welcome.
Friday. It's Friday, everybody. Yay.
Friday into a holiday weekend, and man, can we feel it.
Yes.
Can I just say, how did it become Memorial Day weekend already?
I know.
So fast.
I know it's kind of on the early-ish side because, it is I do realize it is always the last Monday, right, in the month of May. But I don't know how we got here. I'm in one of those time warp feelings,
Time warp feelings. And remember, in 1 month, the days start getting shorter. Just an FYI.
Right? You ruined the vibe. I'm leaving.
I'll bring it back up. Hi, Roxanne. Thank you for joining us. We are the Blackbird Writers on Substack TV. Real writers talking about their mystery novels, as we say, writing before AI. I am TK Sheffield, and I write stories for readers to laugh and escape. I'm author of the Backyard Model Mysteries, which are The Devil Wears Prada, meets a Wisconsin Supper Club. Hello, Lori Buchanan. Nice to see you in the Pacific Northwest. My co-hosts are Valerie Beal and Tracy Phillips. Tracy writes suspense thriller fiction. Tracy, take it away and tell us about yourself.
Hello, and thanks for joining us, Lori and Roxanne. I am Tracy S. Phillips, and I write fierce women who face their shadow side. And I have 2 books coming out this year. That's crazy.
No, it's not crazy. It's so awesome. Pray tell, what are their titles?
In June, I'll be releasing Deepest Secrets, which is the second Morgan Jewell book, Detective Morgan Jewell. And it's following her path as she still tries to figure out who killed Faye Ramsey. And then later I'll be releasing a standalone called Safekeeping, and I'll tell you more about that as we get closer.
I'm so happy for you, Tracy. I think that's
cool. Thank you.
And Deepest Secrets is so good, everybody. Whew, so good. So good.
Thank you.
And we are full strength today. So Val, take it away. Tell us about yourself.
Okay. I am Valerie Beal. I write books for readers age 10 and up, including a tough topic middle grade novel called Haven, a mystery called Beyond the Cemetery Gate, and then my Circle of 9 fantasy series. So I joke that I write what I feel like writing, and I don't just have to be one thing. So there.
Love it. I absolutely love it. And so what we do here on Blackbird Writers on Substack TV is, first of all, we tell you about what's going on with the Blackbirds. Then we discuss industry topics. And then we go into a couple of my favorite things, which are favorite things and is it real or is it AI? And the show lasts about a half an hour. So we're glad you're with us. If you can't be with us live, please watch the replay. And you can always check out the clips on YouTube or Substack on Blackbird Writers on Substack. So anyway, Tracy, what news do we have?
Well, I have news from some of our Blackbirds. Janae Sacken has just found out that The Women Who Stand Between was shortlisted for the Hawthorne Prize, and she, her first book, Behind the Lens, actually won that in 2022. So, yay. And I still can't wait to read that one. Also, she is giving a presentation of Safari at the Columbus Public Library in Columbus, Wisconsin, near Madison. This coming Tuesday, the 26th at 6 p.m. She'll be showing wildlife images that she captured during her recent photo shoots in Southern Africa, and talking about how she fictionalized her experience in The Women Who Stand Between. The event is open to the public, and I am going to drop the link for Janae in the chat.
Okay, great. I was going to do that, but you got it. You got it.
I did. I got it. Cheryl Joseph says that she just recently presented her writing process slide presentation via Google Meet to a group of 8th graders at a local middle school on Friday. And she talks to a lot of kids because she writes middle grade mysteries. And then Saturday also, she read 2 Edgar Allan Poe poems. I'm not going to pronounce this right. Eulalume and The Valley of Unrest were the two poems that she read for a fundraising event for the podcast 6 Degrees of Poe. And she expects her book 8, Bougainvillea Street, The Stolen Tiara, to get edits back soon. And she's getting closer to her September 22nd release of that book 8 in her excellent series.
Awesome. Neat.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Sarah Lynn Richard just recently had a post go on the Blackbird Writers Substack. Her chat about how a pair of candlesticks inspired her story. So I am going to drop that link in.
I haven't had a chance to read that, but now I'm intrigued. So I want to go read that one.
I know we've been talking about it a lot too. And it sounds so cool. She was inspired to write the story of her grandparents coming to Galveston. Yeah. So it sounds really, really wonderful. It's a historical fiction about people coming to America. And so I can't wait to read that one too. Sharon Lynn and I just recently had a chat about Death Takes a Night, and you'll be able to watch our interview on the Blackbird Writers Substack and on YouTube, which is the link I'm posting, on Monday when it goes live.
Cool.
So, yeah. And so her book, Death Takes a Night, just came out in April, I believe. And that's the 4th book in her Cotswold Crime series. And so we talk a lot in the interview about her travels, getting to travel to England and do all this awesome research, and what her writer's life must be like as she travels to do all this fun stuff. Envy. Jealous. But yeah, and that's all my Blackbird Writers news. I do have one more piece of news because I'm going to be interviewing Tori Eldridge about one of her Hawaii books. She has a new series out. And this one is Hawaii Rage that I just finished last night. And she did the whole audiobook. So she does all of the voices, and there are plenty of Asian accents and Hawaiian local accents that she, obviously nails. She's a Hawaiian native, as well as I know she has Asian ancestry as well. I'm not sure what that is, but her books are super authentic and have tons of great diversity, and I highly recommend them because of the awesome, powerful women in her books.
Great. I've got one for a Blackbird. Margaret Mitsushima's book Dying Cry did win gold in the 2026 IBPA Book Awards in mystery thrillers.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yay, Margaret.
Yay. I need to go over there and check that list out. I forgot that they just had their final event where they announced.
Right. She went, and I think, Val, you have info on Tim Chapman.
I do. Tim Chapman, one of our fellow Blackbird writers, typically writes, suspense thrillers for grownups. And he has 2 incredibly wonderful middle grade novels that just came out, and they're very different. One is contemporary and one is fantasy. I'm going to post the links. So the contemporary one is The Song of the Bees. And I think this is actually the fantasy one that I'm posting then. The first one link is for the fantasy one called The Outcasts. And please check out these covers. They are just so awesome.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah. And I need to ask him, where well, he's an artist though. So maybe he did do them himself, but I think we need to ask because they're kind of cool. Yeah. And then I have some news. I don't often have news about publishing anything because I haven't done a whole lot of that this year, but my 4th book in my fantasy series, Mercy in the Mist, has an audio book now. I'm going to put that in here. And we were joking beforehand. A fellow publisher here in Wisconsin was asking me for a recommendation for a narrator. I'm posting the link. And I went, oh, my narrator, Emma Love, was amazing for this project. And then I realized I go to her website that she's been nominated for an Audie and she's like kind of famous. And she was referred to me from my previous narrator. So I never went on her website. So I was like, oh, wow. I had no clue. She was lovely to work with and, whatever. But so really, when you have people who can do the accents and stuff well, that can make or break a book. So I am very pleased with how this sounds. So there.
And now, didn't you just say that you guys just dropped your podcast where you're discussing audiobooks and stuff? Do you have a link to that? Oh, yeah. I need to watch that.
I will do that. And things are changing so fast there. So what's interesting to me, we talked a little bit about this. I'm not even sure I have quite of a handle on it yet, but if you are, your books are up on Audible, which I'm sure most everybody would do that. The royalty rates type stuff through ACX has changed. And we posted inside the podcast show notes articles to what does this mean? How does the royalty model work now? And it is odd and different. And I'm not really sure if we're going to be happy with it or not, but time will tell. So I'll post a link to the podcast and then people can find things from there. So
I have two quick things regarding Eric Hoffer Book Awards. This one was honorable mention, ebook fiction, and I love.
Congratulations!
Yay!
Always miss honorable mention, and I love it. And then this one, Nellie's Island, was first runner-up for children's book. Eric Hoffer.
Oh, that's so fun! I love that, and I love. Do you have the book right there? Show an interior page of that book.
Oh yeah, thank you for asking, Val. This one was the illustrator is from Wales, England. Starry Gazy. She's so good. I gave her the text and said make it real, and she did these beautiful, kind of retro 1940s inspired. So you look at the ship, kind of retro.
It's so good.
And of course, it's all about horses, my favorite thing. So besides writing, you guys.
It's a beautiful book.
Thank you very much. So thrilled to hear that. So anything else? Are we moving on to industry news, our industry topics?
We sure can.
Yes.
Okay. So we did this because we're leading into Memorial Day weekend. We wanted to just maybe do a recap, a bridge between now and summertime topics. So we would just talk a little bit about what we have accomplished, what we feel we've given to readers between when we started, which was beginning of February, until now, and what we might have learned, and any ideas for the future. So if you're listening, please post into the chat about topics you might like us to cover. So Val, I'll start with you. Reminder of past episodes. We've done AI in publishing, writer wellness, burnout, writer's block, affordable conferences, working with libraries, and the show emphasizes community and how we can boost, rising water lifts all the boats. So Val, what have you learned? What have you taken away?
I think I really think it's all about community, to be really honest, which is why this is so fun. And I love the live version, like that we're live, that we can see who's hanging out with us and we can, mention their stories and that kind of thing. But the discussions we've had that make you feel, I guess, maybe that you're part of the broader community, not just sharing the Blackbird news, which is cool, but when we're talking about just like the burnout discussion or, like problematic things in the industry, we're pretty, this is a solo endeavor. Often we are sitting here at our desks and we're creating and we're trying to get the word out about our own books and doing promotions. So it's nice when, these relationships make you feel like you're part of a bigger community, and it's like the support network that we kind of need, without having annoying coworkers. I'm sorry, just kidding.
Oh, we all laugh like we know that. We've been there.
Hey, we've all had many jobs in our lives, so
and we don't work them anymore for a reason.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so that's my takeaway. But
Tracy, what about you?
Well, first I wanted to say hi to Joan. I haven't seen you in years. Thank you so much for stopping by. And anybody who's listening right now, please drop your own links in the chat and share with us. Because we want to spread the word, and we want you guys to have that ability here too. So anyway, I don't know. I've learned a lot just doing this live thing. I think has been so much fun. Learning about this platform and just seeing what it's capable of. I really enjoy that. I mean, obviously, I love sharing authors' news and being a part of that, because I feel like that's one of the best things that we can do as authors is lift each other up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Same. I really enjoy the learning about what other authors in the Blackbirds are up to, because it's one thing to get the blog post. Oh, here's the update. Here's the newsletter, and most of the time I try to read it as it comes in, because I know circling back to read it, I 50-50 whether I will or not, just because things come at you. There's so much in my inbox. There's so much happening. And I love this moment where we all gather together and say, here's what's going on that's great for the Blackbirds. And again, you can cheer other writers on and you can share their good news. And I just feel like that's quite an opportunity to be given. And I treasure that ability to do that. And I love that we can keep up on top of industry news. Like AI is changing so quickly. And we haven't done an episode about AI in a bit, because I thought we should talk about other topics. But, the big five publishers are moving into the AI space. And it's probably time I circle back and do a recap on that, because, it's changing a lot. And while we're talking about whether or not how we can use it in editing our work, the big five publishers are scooping up AI companies. So it's quite a change. And I feel like it's a really good time to be monitoring what's happening in the industry. So
right. Well, and it helps us to make good decisions about using it ourselves, and good decisions about supporting it or not supporting it.
And it's interesting to me. So this is my little aside on this. So the traditional publishing industry often has rejected advancements in technology. They were behind on the ebook thing. I mean, that was, of course, like a decade and a half ago or more, and it took them a while to catch up on it. So it's interesting to me now that there's a shift to not maybe being behind on, if we want to even couch it that way. I'm not even sure that's probably right on the AI type thing. So on the one side of things, they're talking, they're part of the Anthropic, the different lawsuits, right, about books being used without permission of them or the authors to feed the AI learning machines, right? And but then what else? They're kind of quietly over here on the other side, or maybe not so quietly, like doing other things with, like, what are the advances? What are the advantages? Because nobody wants to be behind, because it's such a like slim margin business, really, at times.
Right.
A lot of business, really, because they don't know if a book's going to sell. If you read Jane Friedman, you understand that a lot of traditionally published books only sell about 12 copies. If you read Publishers Weekly, even if you just subscribe to the newsletter, right, you can see the changes and how companies are approaching it, get the news updates. You can read it for yourself about what's going on. So, you're right, Val, to your point. It's, while we're sitting here debating about it, the industry's moving forward, whether we like it or not.
So I'm curious. And wasn't there something, I don't want to say it was Hallmark, but it was something like that was going to start creating AI, like, videos. I mean, not like whole movies. Was it Hallmark, or was it Harlequin?
I think it was either Harlequin or maybe Penguin. I don't remember. But I can see, and I can imagine them being vertically integrated, where they have the IP, they have the intellectual property of certain popular books, and then they're going to have the technology to produce a short, at least, if not an episode.
Yeah.
So
it's I don't know.
Putting artists out of business. That's what it's doing. I don't like it.
It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
You're right. We need to talk about it more. We really, really need to look at what else is happening with AI being embraced by parts of the creative industries that kind of surprise us, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But, on a lighter note.
Sorry.
No, so how, my biggest protagonist my biggest antagonist in my books is the Chicago Bears and the Chicago people, Chicago fans, right? Because I keep it light. So I was at a library event this weekend, and this gal, wonderful baker, was selling cookies. And just to prove that I am extending a hand, I bought a cookie in Chicago Bears colors.
Ooh, gee whiz. That's kind of a step too far.
That's all right.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Just to show that I'm softening, right?
Oh, wow.
Here's what happens.
I noticed that it doesn't say anything about the Chicago Bears.
No, that was a little too far. But just the colors. I looked at it and I was like, what is this? And she's wonderful. She's a local baker, and everybody, she sold out first, but before all the authors sold out books, she sold out all of her cookies. Buckman Bake Shop, and it was just super great, and everybody loved her, and she had all kinds of book covers. So
That's so nice. I mean, think about that for events where you might want to have a bookish suite along.
Yes.
You know?
Well, she can
Yeah.
do covers. You can actually do the cover of your book. I did covers, I think, of these. So
Ooh.
yeah, always fun. You know, they do
Can
the
you-
real covers.
Do you have her link?
Oh, I can find. I'll look for it. You guys chat, and I'll go look for it.
Okay.
That's delicious.
Yeah, and one of the other things I think we were going to talk about today, since it's just Memorial Day and we're just talking about the industry and this and that, is what kinds of ideas do our listeners want us to talk about? And so you guys who are visiting today, if you have ideas, drop them in the chat, and, if there's stuff that you want us to research or discuss, please, let us know, because we'd love to, find out what you want to hear about.
Yeah. And I also think too, I mean, if you're watching the replay, use the comment field for that.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot
Same
of people
thing.
that see this on the replay.
Yep. Same.
Yep. And you never know, because we kind of think what would be good topics, but we're happy to cover anything.
Yeah. Well, writing related, publishing, or cookie related.
Yes.
Thanks for the link.
I probably should have had a caveat there with parentheses. Within reason.
Hi, Christine. Thanks for joining. Hi, Allison.
Christine.
Nice to see you. Glad to have you with us here at Blackbird Writers live on Substack.
And Sean Patrick Little joined us too. Thanks,
Yes, he
Sean.
did. Hey,
So
Sean.
So, just to catch you up, we started off with Blackbird News, and then we went into covering what we've discussed between when we started at the beginning of February till now, kind of as a recap, and then we're bridging into summer. So we were just talking about AI in the industry. We were talking about writer wellness, writing conferences, how to work with libraries. So those are just some of the things that we have discussed here on the industry side of Blackbird Writers on Substack. So if you have anything you'd like to have us cover, please add it into the chat, and we will look forward. We're going to have a strategy meeting coming up in June, the three of us. And so we want to make sure that we're covering industry news that our viewers and readers would like to know about. So please feel free to add some of that in the chat. So it's 11:22, almost time to get into our favorite things. Unless you have anything else to add, Tracy and Val.
No.
No, I mean, and just a couple of suggestions about, what you want to have us talk about. Is there anything in the industry that has surprised you, or something that you've learned about that you would like to share, actually, other guests that you would like to see on the show? Because I think one of the ways that we want to go with this is to bring in more other Blackbirds and other authors to chat with us too.
I have one thing that has surprised me, and this relates back to the audio side. The multicast audio is starting to fascinate me. So for this book, my narrator did different voices. For example, Apollo is in the book, and he added an echo to Apollo. And certain scenes, like in coffee shops, he added a little bit of background. So, it's not quite a full multicast, but it's, we talked about the direction audiobooks are going. So what are your thoughts about multicasts for audiobooks?
Oh, well, I would love to be able to do it. I'd love to be able to afford it.
Right. Unless you do like an AI side, if you're employing a multicast, it can get really, really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm torn. I stopped listening to a book recently that was by a major player in the writing world. He had some very, hot actors doing some of the parts, but some of those actors maybe have never done audiobooks.
Oh.
And their voices were kind of low and mumbly, and it was hard to understand.
Interesting.
So I stopped listening to it. I mean, also there was more to it. The content was not appealing. So
Good to know.
yeah. And I don't know. I mean, I think it can be done well. But I also think that a good voice actor can do all those things. Like I said, I was just listening to Tori Eldridge's book, and wow, she really nails it. Men's and women's voices and accents and everything. So
right. And I often think, what a skill, right? Which is often you'll find people who are actors also supplementing income by taking on audiobook narration projects. And they're so talented with the ability to change, the speed and tone and tenor of their voice so that you feel the different characters. It's just impressive when they can do that.
It is. It can be. Yeah.
Didn't you read your book, Tracy? Didn't you do
I did. Yep. Yeah. And it's hard, but it was also kind of fun, doing some of the low gravelly voices of some of the guys, or whatever. And then the little kids and stuff. It was fun, but it's difficult, and it's difficult to get it right.
Well, if anyone needs a Wisconsin accent, I'm your gal. Just, I can do it in my sleep, no problem. Wisconsin. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So we get some suggestions here. Laura Buchanan says she would love to learn about how other authors get book reviews short of begging or buying. That is a topic we could talk about, the book review process. And
yes.
Thank you, Lori.
Great idea, Lori.
Sean's got some good notes in the discussion too about audiobook narration and some people who have quit acting altogether to move over to audiobook narration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point, Sean. Thank you, Lori, for that. I appreciate that. That's an excellent one that we should discuss.
Yeah, we should.
For sure.
An ongoing problem we all have.
Well,
but we can share tips with each other, like what worked best for us, and have people pitch in with their, best thing that they help them get reviews. That would be great.
And even just a rating, verified purchase rating on Amazon. A lot of people, they don't know how to leave a review. They think it has to be a recap of the book. They get caught up in that. And it's like, no, 1 or 2 sentences in a rating will work. That'll be, that's enough. Yeah. So Sean, I've relied on pure luck for reviews. Yeah. Been there, done that. Right?
Yes.
That is a method. Pure.
Yes,
it is.
And it is often part of the broader thing, right?
Yes.
We do our best. We do our best.
We do our best. Okay, moving on. Here we are.
We're running short on time. So
is it real or is it AI?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Here we go. Hold it up for you.
Well, that's real because that's Claude Monet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Really, right? So the story behind that is, and this is just be careful, right? This was put up May 2026 as it was claimed to be AI slop, and all kinds of comments about it, all sorts of, why is this inferior? And people said, oh, it's got no emotion. It's bad brush work. The composition is off. And then it was revealed that no, this is actually the real water lily painting. So just a lesson.
We are screwed as a society where it comes to figuring out what's real or what's AI. We're done.
Yeah. So, agree.
Yeah. People use AI to tell if it's AI. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the conundrum we're in.
It's like this circle and you can't stop.
Right. So,
wow.
I guess the point being is, before you throw that stone claiming AI, just, I don't know how you verify. You just have to use your intuition. And that's why we're here, right? Because we were writing before this whole onset. We have the skill set. We've been doing it. We are established authors. So here we are.
Yep.
Yes. We're getting low on time. Do we want to try
favorite things?
Favorite things in?
Yep.
who's first?
Oh,
I've got one.
Okay.
I've got one. I got this new fancy little cup that
Ah,
was a gift.
fancy.
Isn't he cute? It's a cat
Super
reading a book in her witch cap.
oh,
And this was a gift from another author. And if you're listening, I will say thank you so much. It's very cute. I keep my glasses in it on my desk, so
Oh,
if they're
great.
handy.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
well,
My favorite thing this week is Sally Field's performance in Remarkably Bright Creatures on, I believe, Netflix. Oh my God, watch this adaptation from book to movie. It's Shelby Van Pelt's book, Remarkably Bright Creatures. Yeah, favorite thing for sure of the week.
oh, thank you for
Wow.
that recommendation. I haven't
Yeah,
I've
thanks.
seen it. I've seen the ad. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Well, my favorite thing is it's Memorial Day weekend, and it's a day of remembrance for the men and women who have sacrificed in the U.S. Armed Forces. And it was originally called Decoration Day.
Mhm.
Began in the years following the Civil War as a time for people to visit and decorate the graves of fallen soldiers with flowers and flags. And I just want to say happy Memorial Day and thank you so much for those who have served.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. We are the Blackbird Writers live on Substack TV. We come to you every Friday at 11 a.m. and we bring you news from the flock and the industry news and our favorite things. So take care, everyone. Happy weekend. Be safe, and we wish you all the best, and we will hopefully see you next Friday.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.